na Gambia aí. Então, MySpace, que hoje é a Dolabella de Sepultura. Estamos aqui com o Dominic, do Muse. Eu vou falar só inglês agora, lógico, né? So I have my map here. The first interview I do in my life. So how was the reception in Rio? You played yesterday.
Yeah, amazing. Just awesome, you know. It's our first time in this part of the world and in Brazil, and the crowd just, went crazy and
Insane.
It was one of the messiest crowds
in
some ways, meaning they threw so much like stuff on the stage. The stage was just
like water and bottles and stuff?
No, just like confetti and like cards and like just random bits, you know what I mean? I remember I was on stage playing and looked at the stage and it's like covered in all this stuff. I thought, it's pretty messy.
Have you guys had time for visiting at all, like going around?
We did a little bit. I mean, we had 3 days in Rio, but unfortunately I was quite ill for most of that time.
Oh yeah?
I just, the old sickness, I was puking.
Sucks, man.
Yeah, it's bollocks, but it happens, when you're on tour. That's what happens. Someone always gets ill. But we did, went up to the old Sugarloaf, took the chopper around Jesus.
Yeah.
And that was, that was fun. That was great.
So I want to talk a little bit of about the writing process that you guys have. How does it work for you guys? I mean, you go to the studio, just jam, or you come with idea from home? How does it work?
Yeah, there's definitely lots of jamming around. I mean, generally, Matt will have a bunch of
riffs,
chords or a few riffs, yeah. And we'll play around with them basically, and that a lot of time it can start with a very kind of simple idea, like literally just a riff, and you end up playing around and changing things and adding new parts. Sometimes sometimes the piano stuff can be like just some loose chords, but end up being a guitar riff. So I think there's always lots of experimentation in the studio and the writing process, and it takes us. We spend quite a lot of time just really trying to home in on the song and reach a point where all three of us are all on the same page, all working and all happy, and I think that's the point when it's done. But cool. But we're actually doing that right now. We're working on new things. Yeah, so we're.
How's that going?
Good. Yeah. It's good. We're just jamming around. It's been really nice to just play with just the three of us. That's all it is, and it's really raw at the moment. Yeah. Not to say that it's going to sound like that, but it's just. We haven't really done that for a while because we've been touring for so long. We're always with stage gear, and we've got a keyboard player and there's a crew and stuff. So it's kind of nice just to keep it nice and simple, jam, and find new ideas.
Are you playing any songs tonight? I mean, new songs?
No.
No, come on, man.
No, we're not. I mean, we've done a few new ones, but we're not. Like I said, or tried to explain just then. I think we definitely need to get a bit more deeper with the song before we kind of accidentally soil it in front of a load of people.
Right. I don't know if we're gonna have a chance to talk to Matt at all, but I'm gonna ask you if you guys have any influence of Jeff Buckley's, because I kind of hear a little bit of the melodies, the way he puts it.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, I don't know for you. Maybe him.
Yeah. I mean, we're all big fans, certainly.
Yeah.
And
I love it, man.
Yeah. Amazing.
CD Grace is just amazing.
It's timeless album, isn't it? It's very classic. And I think for Matt, he was certainly very impressed by that style of singing.
That's cool.
And I think we went to Reading Festival in 1994 for the first time when we were kids, and I wasn't actually with him at that point because you get a bit weird on things and then you disperse, and he was walking past one tent and he heard this voice, this crazy voice, and he walked in, it's Jeff Buckley playing. Whoa. And he didn't really know him at that point, but he was so impressed. And was definitely really impressed by that really full range of singing, be able to have such a high falsetto and scream falsetto, so it's definitely
talking about that, what's this story that I've heard that Maverick they wanted you to change that for to sell that into the US, and that bullshit. What was that?
Well, I can say I can now say they were just tossers, but because they don't exist anymore. So, but
they had it, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to
they kind of struggled. Well, they struggled with our second album. They just didn't get it. It's all a bit too much for them, so they didn't really understand it. And I think at that point in time, American music that's on the radio is quite different to the music that we were playing.
Sure.
So they kind of struggled with it, and I don't think they really just didn't get it, and didn't understand that a man can sing in that kind of way, which is very, very small-minded.
Very small.
So we kind of said, well, fuck you then, and then went to Europe and got big, and then released our third album in America, and then got a whole new label and started again.
Yeah, first time I heard I was living in LA, like in 2004, I guess.
Right.
And Time Is Running Out was like on the radio all the time.
Yeah. So well, that album was really our first touring kind of stretch of touring.
That made you guys like go to the.
Yeah, well, it was great because we hadn't been there for so many years because of this cock up with the second album.
Right.
But we got there and we had fans. And they were like, wow, it's amazing. So
cool.
just through the internet and this brilliant website, you know, they got to hear our music and they started turning up to gigs, so it blew our minds. But,
yeah. So, how was the experience you working with John Leckie and Rich Costy? What's the difference, and what do you think? What do you like?
Well, John Leckie's like, you know, he's out there.
Because he did the first two records, right? Of you guys.
He did. Yeah, most of them. We did bits and pieces with a few other guys.
Right.
He did most of them. John Leckie's like, you know, likes to experiment a lot. He likes to kind of get very creative and weird. Like, likes to spend a lot of time. Well, he likes kind of lots of vintage mics and things like that. But he's definitely into like creating the right vibe. You know.
Cool. But did he like write anything with you guys at all, or it was just like you guys had the music done and he came and did like more of the concept and sounds?
Yeah. That's what I know the productions be.
Sure. But I mean, did he like change any structure or like melodies or anything like that?
No. John Leckie
was more like about the concept.
That's why I think particularly most of the second album there's a lot of like
cool
berserk tracks because he just gave us the ability just to do whatever the hell we want, you know. So like weird stuff like Megalomania, you know, we went to a big church and we called it a church organ.
That's awesome.
And there's a song called Screenager which has got loads of like kind of African percussion on it.
Really?
And we wanted to like create like a backdrop, a kind of weird cussive backdrop. So we just spent time like in this room like shaking like llama's toenails and stepping on bubble wrap and like banging bits of coins against cymbals and stuff, like really weird stuff. And he's totally into that vibe. He kind of, you know, believes that there's little people that live in the centre of the earth, you know, he's that kind of guy. Whereas Rich Costy's, you know, he was a bit more kind of, you know, he was just a bit more kind of understood the rock side of the band, I think, and definitely understood the kind of energy we have when we play live.
Yeah,
so I think that's why
awesome.
we went.
And how are you guys doing that live? Like, I mean, it's just three of you guys. You're bringing more musicians, or you playing to a click? How is it?
I play to a click.
Everything?
Not everything. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're running a lot of live MIDI. Because we actually have a keyboard player now.
Cool.
So and he's running a lot of all the synth stuff, all the like a lot of the arpeggio stuff. So we're running live MIDI into his synths, so he can filter and change sound and tone of that. But we kind of, I think with our last album, Black Dozen Revelations, we weren't thinking about playing live too much. We just wanted to create whatever music came naturally and whatever music felt good. So at the end of it, we realised it was going to be almost impossible to do with three people. You know, without
it's crazy
cheating.
Like so
so we thought we got to get someone to play, you know, just to keep it a bit more real. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome. And what's the like influences from you or the band? What are you guys listening to nowadays?
I saw The Police the other day.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Did you like it?
Yeah, and I've always been a huge fan of
Copeland
and The Police.
Awesome.
I
was like crying.
I know, and we got right on the side of the stage.
Yeah.
And like he was just like right there.
Where was it?
In Hyde Park in London.
Awesome.
Fucking wicked. Really, really cool. And the way he's running back and forth to his percussion set
behind
the drums, like jingle jings, back on the kit. I've always, you know, I think from an early age I've always liked The Police because they've been a three-piece, you know. So I think we've always liked them. We've always liked bands that can like have a lot of power from just three people, you know. I listen to there's a new band called Las Vegas that's pretty very cool. They're from Scotland. Yeah, I've been listening to a bit of that. Actually, Rich Costy just produced that album. So look out for that. That's going to be cool. I kind of listen to quite a bit of electronic music like Justice.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Does It Fenu,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and this Canadian outfit called Crystal Castles. I think they're Canadian. That's kind of reminds me of like playing the Amiga when I was 12. Like crazy beats over the top. You know?
Awesome, man. Yeah, alright, I think we're done. Thank you very
Okay.
much, man.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers.